Welcome to my channel Valuable Rare Coins because, as you know, old is gold. Some of the rarest coins worth big money could be hiding in your hands right now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch till the end. Let's dive in. First, we're diving deep into one of the most exciting coins in modern U.S. numismatics, the 2005 D Jefferson Nickel, also known as the Westward Journey Nickel. This isn't just any 5-cent piece you find in your pocket change. This is a coin with stories to tell, secrets to reveal, and, for the lucky few, a serious payday waiting to happen. Now, why is the 2005 D Jefferson Nickel so captivating to collectors around the world? It was part of the Westward Journey Nickel series, issued by the United States Mint to commemorate the Lewis and Clark expedition and the expansion of the American frontier. That alone gives it historical importance and strong collector appeal. But when you look closer, much closer, you'll see why this coin stands out from the rest, and why coin collectors everywhere are scrambling to find one in the right condition, with the right error, and the right story to tell. The 2005 D Jefferson Nickel came in two major reverse designs, the American Bison and the Ocean in View. Both were minted in Denver, but it's the Bison reverse that has gained extraordinary attention. Why? Because of an extremely rare and valuable mint error known as the speared bison error. This is where things get really exciting. The speared bison is a dramatic die gouge that appears like a spear running through the bison's body, and it is 100% mint-made, not post-mint damage. That makes it a legitimate and highly desirable mint error, and it's these kinds of features that send collectors into a frenzy. Imagine holding a coin that looks like any other nickel at first glance, but then you flip it over and notice a clear, raised line, like a spear, running through the image of the bison. This isn't just cool, it's rare. Only a very limited number of these speared bison nickels were accidentally struck before the error was discovered and corrected. That scarcity, combined with the high demand for unusual mint errors, has made this one of the most wanted Jefferson nickels in the hobby today. But that's not the only thing collectors are excited about. There are other unique features and errors you might find in the 2005 D series as well. Some examples include double die obverse, die cracks, off-center strikes, and planchet flaws, all of which can dramatically increase a coin's value, especially when verified by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. These organizations not only authenticate coins, but also grade them based on their condition, or what we call the mint state. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. So, if you're sitting on a 2005 D Jefferson Nickel with a rare error and it's in brilliant, uncirculated condition, you could be holding something truly special. Now, let's talk about demand. The 2005 D Jefferson Nickel has grown into a cult classic in the world of modern U.S. coins. Collectors are constantly on the hunt for high-grade examples, and when rare errors like the speared bison surface, they often spark competitive bidding wars at auctions. And yes, there have been documented cases where a single Jefferson Nickel, thanks to a rare mint error and pristine condition, has sold for staggering amounts at public auctions. That's not hype. That's real data from real sales that prove the market is hungry for these numismatic treasures. One of the biggest reasons this coin has reached legendary status is its combination of accessibility and rarity. It's a modern coin, one you might even find in circulation, but the specific error varieties and high-grade specimens are incredibly scarce. That creates a unique tension in the collector community. Everyone wants to find one. Everyone is searching. And only a handful of lucky people ever do. This has created a buzz around the coin that continues to grow year after year. So how can you identify whether you've got one of these valuable nickels? First, grab a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe and examine the reverse side, the bison. If you spot what looks like a raised gouge running through the body, you might have the famous speared bison. Next, check for die doubling. Look at the edges for possible off-center striking, and inspect both the obverse and reverse for any signs of die breaks, planchet cracks, or other anomalies. And most importantly, if you think you've got something rare, get it graded. A coin authenticated and graded by PCGS or NGC can prove its value and make it marketable to serious collectors and buyers. Collectors absolutely love this coin because it blends modern minting history, American symbolism, and numismatic excitement all in one. It's not just a 5-cent piece, it's a story, a mystery, and for some, a golden opportunity wrapped in nickel and copper. The 2005 D Jefferson Nickel is a coin that reminds us that hidden treasures still exist, and they might be sitting right there in your pocket change. Now, for those of you who've been patiently waiting, here comes the part that makes your heart race. Imagine this. You're flipping through a box of old coins, and there it is, a 2005 D Jefferson Nickel with the perfect error, pristine shine, and authenticated by professionals. At auction, this same coin has been known to command as much as $40,000. Yes, you heard that right, $40,000 for a coin that originally cost 5 cents to make. That's the magic of numismatics, friends. So go check your coin jars, dig through those old drawers, and keep your eyes peeled. You never know, you might be holding a 5-cent piece that could be your ticket to an incredible payday. If you found a 2005 D Jefferson Nickel or think you might have a rare error coin, tell us in the comments. Share your story, ask your questions, and join the conversation with thousands of collectors just like you. Second rare coin, we're diving into one of the most iconic, exciting, and surprisingly valuable coins to ever come out of American pocket change, the 1964 D Jefferson Nickel. This 5-cent piece, minted in Denver during a remarkable time in U.S. history, may look like an ordinary coin to most people, but to collectors in the know, it's a potential goldmine. And believe me, this is one coin you definitely don't want to overlook. Now, 1964 was a major year in American numismatics. It marked the last year that silver coins were produced for circulation, and it was also a time when the U.S. Mint was producing coins in massive quantities due to a coin shortage. The Denver Mint alone struck hundreds of millions of nickels that year, but not all 1964 D nickels were created equal. Some of these coins came out with rare and dramatic errors that have made them skyrocket in demand and value in recent years. That's where the magic of this coin truly begins. So, what makes a 1964 D Jefferson Nickel so special to collectors? The key lies in those rare mint errors and ultra-high-grade examples that have become the holy grail for modern coin collectors. Among the most desirable varieties are the double die obverse, double die reverse, and full steps versions. Each of these features can transform an ordinary nickel into an extraordinary numismatic treasure, especially when found in pristine, uncirculated condition. These are the details that separate a common coin from a rare, sought-after masterpiece. Let's talk about that double die error for a moment. On some 1964 D nickels, particularly early die strikes, you might notice doubling on the letters in Liberty or the date itself. This doubling occurs during the minting process, when the die used to strike the coin shifts slightly, causing a duplication in the design. These types of errors are highly collectible and visually striking, especially when they're strong and well-defined. Coins with clear doubling often demand significantly higher prices in the coin market, especially when graded by professional services. Another major feature that drives up value is the famous full steps variety. This refers to the steps at the base of Monticello, Jefferson's home, on the reverse side of the coin. In most cases, due to weak strikes or die wear, the steps appear blurred or incomplete. But a coin that shows all 5 or 6 steps clearly and sharply is incredibly rare, especially from 1964. Collectors absolutely prize full steps nickels because they are a true testament to the quality of the strike and the preservation of the coin. Combine full steps with a mint error, and you're talking about a coin that's in very high demand. And the best part? You might already have one of these coins in your collection or even in your pocket change. That's the real thrill of the hunt. This is not just some ancient coin locked away in a museum. This is a modern-era U.S. coin that's out there, waiting to be discovered by sharp-eyed collectors like you. The next time you look through a jar of coins, pay extra attention to those 1964 D nickels. You might be looking at something incredibly valuable without even realizing it. In recent years, several 1964 D Jefferson Nickels have appeared in auctions and surprised even the most seasoned collectors. High-grade examples with rare features, especially those with full steps and dramatic doubling, have set record prices at major numismatic events. Collectors and investors alike are watching this coin more closely than ever, knowing that its market potential continues to grow. As more people become aware of its hidden value, the demand only increases, which pushes prices even higher. For those of you wondering how to identify these rare varieties, the first step is careful inspection. Grab a magnifying glass or coin loupe and examine the obverse for doubling in the text or date. Then flip the coin and look closely at the steps of Monticello. Count the steps. Are they sharp, distinct, and fully visible? If so, you might have a full steps nickel. Check the overall luster, condition, and whether it has been stored well. A coin without scratches, discoloration, or signs of circulation is always worth more. And remember, professional grading is essential if you suspect your coin is rare. A certified coin gets top dollar and serious attention from the market. Collectors love the 1964 D Jefferson Nickel because it represents the perfect blend of American history, minting artistry, and the excitement of discovering something valuable in an unexpected place. This is not just a coin. It's a story of rarity, a piece of national heritage, and potentially a ticket to a fortune. Whether you're new to collecting or a lifelong enthusiast, the thrill of chasing down the perfect 1964 D nickel is something that unites us all in this amazing hobby. Now, here's the part you've all been waiting for, the moment where history, luck, and numismatic passion meet. A top-tier, rare, mint-state 1964 D Jefferson Nickel, particularly one with full steps, strong doubling, and impeccable preservation, has been known to reach jaw-dropping heights at auction. Yes, one of these coins has sold for as much as $150,000. That's right, $150,000 for a nickel that could be sitting unnoticed in a collection, waiting to be discovered by someone like you. Third expensive coin. We're about to uncover the hidden value of a coin that many people have seen, handled, or even spent without giving it a second thought, the 1985 D Jefferson Nickel. Don't let its modern appearance fool you, because this 5-cent coin from the Denver Mint holds secrets that are thrilling collectors across the world. If you're a coin enthusiast or just someone who's curious about what might be hiding in your pocket change, get ready, because this coin might just surprise you in the best possible way. The 1985 D Jefferson Nickel might seem like an ordinary coin at first glance, but it's one that's quickly becoming a favorite in the numismatic world thanks to a combination of rare mint errors, low population high-grade examples, and increasing demand from passionate collectors. This is not a coin to overlook, especially if you're someone who appreciates the thrill of discovering hidden value in what appears to be everyday currency. The more you learn about this special coin, the more fascinating it becomes. This particular nickel was struck at the Denver Mint and carries the D mint mark just to the right of Thomas Jefferson's portrait. While millions were produced, only a tiny fraction have survived in pristine condition or with unique errors that make them stand out. That's where the true rarity lies. Collectors are especially drawn to nickels from the 1980s that show specific signs of minting anomalies, those mysterious, beautiful flaws that the mint never intended but collectors absolutely love. Let's talk about the errors that make the 1985 D Jefferson Nickel a true gem in the eyes of numismatists. One of the most exciting types is the double die error, particularly on the obverse where you can sometimes see doubling on Jefferson's eye, the word liberty, or even the date itself. This kind of doubling creates a shadow-like effect on the lettering and numbers, and it's caused by the die shifting during the striking process. These coins are always in demand, especially when the doubling is sharp and easy to see. Another extremely sought-after feature is the full steps designation on the reverse of the coin. At the base of Monticello, Jefferson's famous home, are a series of steps. Most nickels, especially from the 1980s, show these steps as blurred or partially struck because of worn dies or poor striking pressure. But when you find a 1985 D with 5 or 6 crisp, uninterrupted steps, that's a jackpot. Full steps nickels are far less common than their worn counterparts, and their rarity sends their value soaring at auctions. Collectors are also keeping a sharp eye out for other rare minting errors, such as off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and even die cracks that leave raised lines across the coin's surface. These unexpected and unintentional flaws can transform a simple nickel into a unique collectible, often the only one of its kind. When these errors occur in combination with a high-grade, uncirculated condition, the coin becomes not only rare but incredibly valuable. The 1985 D Jefferson Nickel has recently been making waves in the auction scene as more collectors recognize its potential. High-grade examples, particularly those graded MS67 or higher by professional services like PCGS or NGC, are drawing intense interest and fierce bidding. Add in a major error, like a bold double die or off-center strike, and you have a coin that gets everyone in the room talking. These aren't just coins, they're stories, their history, and for collectors, they're works of art. What makes this coin even more exciting is that you don't need to search through ancient vaults or travel to exotic places to find one. You might already have one in your change jar, tucked away in a coin album, or waiting to be discovered in an old collection. That accessibility makes the thrill of hunting a 1985 D Jefferson Nickel even more rewarding. It brings collectors together with a shared sense of excitement and possibility, because the next rare find could be just around the corner. If you think you have a 1985 D nickel worth examining, here's what you should do. First, examine it under magnification. Look closely at the lettering and date on the obverse to check for any signs of doubling. Flip it over and examine Monticello. Can you clearly see all the steps? Does the coin look perfectly centered, or is part of the design shifted? These are signs you might be holding a special piece. And if the coin appears untouched, bright, and free from scratches or blemishes, it could be in mint state, a condition that dramatically boosts its value in the eyes of collectors and buyers. Now comes the moment that every coin hunter dreams about. Believe it or not, a rare 1985 D Jefferson Nickel in brilliant uncirculated condition, combined with a dramatic mint error such as strong doubling or an off-center strike, has been known to reach incredible heights at auctions. In fact, one of these coins, under the right circumstances, has fetched as much as $6,000. That's right, $6,000 for a nickel that once passed through the hands of millions without anyone noticing its hidden worth. So don't underestimate the coins sitting quietly in your drawers or hiding in your change. Take the time to examine them closely, and you just might uncover a treasure. If you've ever come across a 1985 D Jefferson Nickel with unusual features, or you want to know more about how to identify these rare varieties, we want to hear from you. Leave a comment below, share your stories, or ask questions about your collection. We're here to help and connect with fellow collectors just like you. Especially, we're diving deep into one of the most intriguing and historic coins in the world of American numismatics, the 1943 P Jefferson Nickel. This is more than just a 5-cent piece. It's a coin that tells the story of a country at war, of a mint adapting to the times, and of a rare metallic composition that has made it one of the most collectible and valuable nickels ever struck in the United States. So buckle up, because what you're about to hear will open your eyes to the incredible value hiding behind this wartime masterpiece. The 1943 P Jefferson Nickel was minted during the height of World War II. At the time, the U.S. was facing a critical shortage of key metals like nickel, which was needed for military equipment and weaponry. In response, the U.S. Mint made a bold and unprecedented move. They changed the composition of the nickel for several years. From 1942 to 1945, Jefferson nickels were minted with a special wartime alloy containing 35% silver, 56% copper, and 9% manganese. Yes, you heard that right. This nickel actually contains silver. That alone makes it special, but the 1943 P issue from the Philadelphia Mint stands out even more thanks to its unique features, stunning condition in certain cases, and the potential for extremely valuable errors. Unlike many coins from this era, the 1943 P features a large, bold P mint mark directly above Monticello on the reverse side. This was the very first time the Philadelphia Mint ever used a mint mark on a coin, and it was done specifically to indicate the special wartime silver composition. That mint mark alone makes the coin historic and instantly recognizable to collectors. And when found in pristine condition, or with a rare error, the value of this coin doesn't just rise, it skyrockets. The bold design, combined with the silver content, makes it one of the most eye-catching nickels ever produced, Now let's talk about what truly excites collectors, the rare errors and high-grade versions of this coin. One of the most sought-after varieties is the double die obverse, or DDO. This error occurs when the coin is struck with a die that has been imprinted twice, but slightly offset. The result? Doubling of the date, the word Liberty, or even Jefferson's I. These doubling errors can be dramatic and obvious, or subtle and only visible under magnification, but either way, they're incredibly valuable. If you come across one of these beauties in excellent condition, you could be holding something far more precious than you think. Another high-value feature to look for on the 1943 P Jefferson Nickel is the full steps detail on Monticello. This refers to the steps at the base of Jefferson's home on the reverse of the coin. Most nickels, even modern ones, don't show these steps clearly due to die wear or light striking. But when all 5 or 6 steps appear sharp, clear, and uninterrupted, the coin qualifies as a full steps designation. Combine full steps with silver wartime composition and a double die, and you have a coin that's the stuff of numismatic dreams. These coins are extremely difficult to find and are always in high demand from serious collectors. The magic doesn't stop there. There have also been reports of off-center strikes, planchet cracks, and even struck-through grease errors that occurred during the 1943 P production run. Each of these minting mishaps adds a unique personality to the coin, making it one of a kind. And when errors like these are found in coins that are already historically significant and made of silver, their value is amplified even more. These error coins have appeared in major auctions and have caused a lot of buzz in the collecting community because each one tells a rare and powerful story. When it comes to grading and assessing value, the condition of the coin plays a huge role. Coins that are graded MS65 and above, especially those verified by PCGS or NGC, are where collectors start getting really serious. A 1943 P Jefferson Nickel with a double die obverse and full steps in a high mint state grade is like finding buried treasure. And these aren't just collectors' fantasies. Real-life examples have gone under the hammer for astonishing prices. The coin market knows the true value of rare nickels from this era, and competition at auction is fierce. What makes this coin even more exciting is that it's still out there. That's right, you could find a 1943 P Jefferson Nickel in a family coin collection, a forgotten coin jar, or even in circulation if you're really lucky. The thrill of the hunt is very real, and the payoff can be extraordinary. Just imagine pulling out what looks like an ordinary nickel and realizing it contains silver, has an incredible mint error, and could be worth tens of thousands of dollars. That's the magic of collecting, and it's why so many people are drawn to this incredible hobby. So, what should you do if you think you found a valuable 1943 P nickel? First, handle it carefully. Wear gloves if you can and avoid cleaning it at all costs. Then, examine it under a magnifying glass or loupe. Check for doubling, look at the mint mark, inspect Monticello for full steps, and assess the overall condition. If it looks promising, consider sending it to a grading service to get it authenticated and valued professionally. Having that certification can turn your find into a serious investment with verified credibility in the marketplace. And now, for the part you've been waiting for, the jaw-dropping number that makes your heart skip a beat. A top-grade, silver composition, full steps, double die 1943 P Jefferson Nickel has sold for as much as $350,000. Yes, you heard that right. $350,000 for a 5-cent coin that many people have passed over without a second glance. That's the power of knowledge, patience, and passion in the world of coin collecting. So if you've ever come across a 1943 P Jefferson Nickel, don't let it slip through your fingers. You might be holding a once-in-a-lifetime treasure. Have you found one of these incredible coins? Do you think you might have a rare wartime nickel in your collection? Let us know in the comments. Share your story, your questions, or even your photos. We love hearing from collectors just like you. Next coin, we're talking about a modern marvel in the world of US coins, the 1994 D Jefferson Nickel. Yes, you heard that right. This unassuming 5-cent coin, struck in Denver in the mid-90s, has become one of the most surprising and exciting finds in the collector's world. Stay with us, because this isn't just another nickel. This could be a 5-cent piece worth thousands of dollars. The 1994 D Jefferson Nickel was part of a series that had already been in circulation for decades, but that didn't stop this particular year and mint mark from developing a buzz in the numismatic community. While hundreds of millions were minted, only a very small number have surfaced with the kind of mint errors and high-quality details that collectors crave. It's that combination of rarity, condition, and eye-catching mint mistakes that has launched this coin into the spotlight. And the best part? This coin is still young enough that many examples could still be hiding in everyday circulation. So, what makes the 1994 D Jefferson Nickel so special? It all starts with the errors, those magical minting mistakes that turn a common coin into a one-of-a-kind collector's dream. Some 1994 D nickels have been discovered with dramatic double-die errors, especially on the obverse. This doubling can appear on the date, the word Liberty, or even Jefferson's profile itself. These errors happened when the coin was struck by a misaligned or shifted die, and they result in features that appear to have a shadow or duplication. When found in crisp, uncirculated condition, this error alone can make the coin significantly more valuable. Another highly sought-after feature is the full steps designation, referring to the stairs at the base of Monticello on the reverse of the coin. These steps are notoriously hard to capture in full detail due to die wear or weak strikes, especially during the 1990s. But if your 1994 D Jefferson Nickel has all 6 full steps, clean and uninterrupted, you've got a piece that's considered much more desirable than your average nickel. When paired with an error or near-perfect condition, this feature catapults the coin into a higher tier of value and collectability. Beyond doubling and full steps, there are other minting anomalies that can push a 1994 D nickel into the premium category. Off-center strikes, die cracks, planchet flaws, and even struck-through errors, where foreign material interfered during the minting process, have all been recorded on nickels from this year. These kinds of dramatic errors are favorites among collectors because they are clear, easy to spot, and extremely rare. Every one of these unusual features tells a story, and serious collectors are always on the lookout for the next wild variation. Now, let's talk about condition, because that matters just as much as the error itself. Coins are graded on a 70-point scale, with anything above MS65, mint state, being considered exceptional. A 1994 D Jefferson Nickel with a mint error or full steps detail that also scores high with grading services like PCGS or NGC becomes a major target at auctions. Collectors love coins that are not just rare in terms of error, but also visually stunning and perfectly preserved. That's the combination that leads to fierce bidding and impressive final prices. We've seen a growing number of 1994 D Jefferson Nickels make headlines in the auction world. These aren't just minor sales, they're serious events where collectors are willing to pay top dollar for high-quality, error-rich specimens. It's not uncommon to see bidding wars break out when a coin with sharp features and eye-catching mistakes is on the table. And with the Jefferson Nickel series being one of the most widely collected in the US, demand for these standout pieces continues to rise with every passing year. What makes this even more thrilling is that you could find one. This isn't an ancient or ultra-rare gold coin locked away in a museum. This is a coin that could be in your pocket right now. The 1994 D is modern enough that it still appears in circulation, yet just old enough that many people overlook it. That makes it a hidden opportunity for collectors who take the time to look closer. The possibility of pulling a valuable specimen from everyday change is what makes coin collecting so exciting and rewarding. So, how do you know if you have a valuable 1994 D Jefferson Nickel? Start by examining it under a magnifying glass. Look closely at the lettering, the date, and Jefferson's profile for signs of doubling. Then flip it over and inspect Monticello. Are the steps at the bottom crisp and complete? Is there any evidence of an off-center strike or a planchet flaw? If your coin is shiny, free from nicks and scratches, and shows one or more of these features, you may have something truly special. At that point, your best bet is to have the coin professionally graded to determine its exact value. Now for the moment you've all been waiting for, the value reveal. While many 1994 D Jefferson Nickels are still worth face value, those rare few that exhibit dramatic mint errors, full steps details, and high mint state condition have reached remarkable heights at auction. In one documented case, a premium quality example of this coin sold for as much as $45,000. Yes, you heard it right, $45,000 for a 5-cent piece that might have gone unnoticed in someone's spare change. So don't dismiss those nickels just yet. Check your collection, go through your pocket change, and inspect those old coin jars. The next rare find could be just one glance away. And if you think you've spotted a valuable 1994 D Jefferson Nickel, let us know in the comments. Share your discoveries, your questions, or even your photos. We love connecting with collectors from all over the world who share the same passion for hidden treasures. Now, we're exploring a fascinating and often underestimated gem from modern U.S. coinage, the 1990 P Jefferson Nickel. At first glance, this 5-cent piece might not seem like anything out of the ordinary. After all, it's a fairly modern coin, right? But don't be fooled by its humble appearance. This coin holds secrets that have taken collectors by storm. With rare errors, unique minting details, and some incredible finds surfacing in recent years, this nickel has become a hot item in the numismatic world. And yes, under the right conditions, it could be worth a small fortune. The 1990 P Jefferson Nickel was minted in Philadelphia, and it carries the iconic image of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse with his famous estate, Monticello, on the reverse. But what makes this coin more than just another piece of change is the fact that some of these nickels left the mint with fascinating errors that have turned ordinary nickels into pieces of true rarity. While millions were produced, only a select few exhibit these stunning characteristics that elevate them from everyday pocket change to highly desirable collectibles. One of the key features that collectors are searching for in the 1990 P nickel is doubling, specifically a double die obverse. This occurs when the die used to strike the coin shifts slightly during production, creating a distinct doubling effect on certain design elements. On this coin, that doubling might appear in Jefferson's eye, the word Liberty, or even the numbers in the date. When found in clear, crisp form, these doubled elements instantly set the coin apart from the rest and dramatically increase its value to collectors. It's a true minting anomaly that makes this coin stand out in any collection. Another striking feature to be on the lookout for is the full steps designation. This refers to the steps at the base of Monticello on the reverse side of the coin. In most 1990 P nickels, the steps appear soft, incomplete, or worn due to quick and mass production. But in rare cases, you can find a coin where all 6 steps are fully defined and uninterrupted. These full steps nickels are considered high-end quality and are extremely difficult to find. Combine full steps with a mint error like doubling, and you're looking at a coin that commands serious attention and serious money. Collectors also watch for other dramatic and rare errors that have occurred on 1990 P nickels. These include off-center strikes, broad strikes, and die cracks, each adding an unexpected twist to the coin's appearance. These mistakes often make the coin visually unusual, which collectors love because it means the piece is one of a kind. When these errors occur on coins that are already in excellent or uncirculated condition, the value climbs even higher. These mint mistakes turn a simple nickel into a valuable piece of American minting history. Of course, grading is everything when it comes to assessing the true value of a rare 1990 P nickel. Coins are graded on a 70-point scale, and anything in the MS65 to MS67 range or above is considered highly collectible, especially when the coin displays sharp details and a bright, original luster. Coins with high grades from respected grading services like NGC or PCGS are the ones that attract serious bidders at auction. A 1990 P nickel with both a rare error and a high grade is exactly the kind of piece that collectors and investors fight to get their hands on. The popularity of the 1990 P Jefferson Nickel has surged in recent years, thanks to online auctions, coin forums, and collector communities who have spotlighted these rare finds. Some stunning examples have made it to auction houses, where they've fetched jaw-dropping prices. The demand for modern-era coins with rare varieties is growing fast because people are realizing that even coins from the 1990s can carry incredible value. And with Jefferson Nickels being one of the most widely collected coin series in the US, The market continues to thrive, and here's what makes this so exciting for you. You don't have to go digging through ancient coin collections or estate auctions to find a 1990 P nickel. It's still possible to find these coins in circulation, tucked away in a family coin jar or hidden in an old folder. The thrill of discovering one of these valuable nickels is very real, and it could be just a quick glance away. That's why so many collectors keep an eye out for even the most ordinary-looking coins, because they know that sometimes those coins are hiding something extraordinary. So how can you tell if your 1990 P Jefferson Nickel is a treasure? Start by inspecting it under magnification. Look closely at the lettering, Jefferson's face, and especially the date for any signs of doubling. Then flip the coin and study the steps of Monticello. Can you clearly count all 6 steps? Is the coin well centered with clean edges and original shine? If you see any unique strike anomalies or suspect it may be uncirculated, you could be holding a very special coin. At that point, getting it authenticated and graded is the best next step. Now for the moment you've all been waiting for, what could a rare 1990 P Jefferson Nickel actually be worth? While many may be worth just a few cents, the rarest examples, those with bold mint errors, full steps, and mint state grades, have shocked collectors by reaching a price of $30,000. Yes, that's $30,000 for a 5-cent coin that might still be hiding in everyday circulation or your personal collection. So, don't underestimate the power of knowledge and a little patience. Your next coin could be more than just spare change. It could be a key to a real numismatic treasure. Have you ever come across a 1990 P nickel that looked a little unusual? Do you have one tucked away in your coin folder? Let us know in the comments below. Share your stories, post your questions, and be part of our amazing community of collectors and coin lovers. Last unique coin, we're turning the spotlight on an often overlooked modern classic, the 1973 Jefferson Nickel. This humble 5-cent coin may look ordinary at first glance, but hidden among the millions produced are a few rare varieties that are turning heads and shaking up the collecting world. So, stick around to the very end, because this coin has the potential to be worth way more than its face value, especially if you know what to look for. The 1973 Jefferson Nickel was minted during a time when the U.S. Mint was still producing coins with traditional designs and techniques, but every now and then, mistakes were made, mistakes that now make collectors drool. While this coin was struck in large numbers at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, only a very limited number of these coins came out of the mint with striking errors, unusual die characteristics, or extremely high-quality details that elevate their value to incredible heights. What was once everyday change has now become a hidden treasure for those with sharp eyes and a passion for numismatics. One of the most valuable versions of the 1973 Jefferson Nickel is the one with a double die obverse. This is when the coin's design is struck twice on the same side, but slightly off from each other. On a 1973 nickel, this doubling can be seen in the date, the word Liberty, or in Jefferson's profile, especially around the eye or jawline. These aren't minor differences. In the best examples, the doubling is so strong that it's visible without a microscope. If you spot that, you're not looking at just any nickel, you're looking at a valuable and rare collectible, but that's not the only feature collectors crave. The full steps designation on Monticello, located on the reverse of the coin, is another huge prize. This refers to the sharply struck, complete steps at the base of Jefferson's famous estate. On most nickels, those steps are soft or blended due to worn dies or weak striking. But when all 5 or 6 steps are crisp, unbroken, and visible from edge to edge, the coin earns the full step status, a premium marker that serious collectors love. Full steps 1973 nickels are exceptionally hard to find, and when you pair this with a clean surface and a rare error, you have a real numismatic gem. Other types of mint errors have also been reported on the 1973 Jefferson Nickel, and they're just as exciting. These include off-center strikes, die breaks, and clipped planchets. An off-center strike gives the coin an unusual appearance, where part of the design is missing due to misalignment during minting. Die cracks look like raised lines running across the surface of the coin, often caused by stress or damage to the die itself. Clipped planchets appear when the metal blank is not fully formed before striking, leaving a crescent-shaped missing piece. These kinds of errors are not just fascinating, they're also extremely valuable to error coin collectors. If you think you may have found one of these rare 1973 nickels, the first step is to carefully examine it under a good light with a magnifier. Check the date and lettering for any signs of doubling. Then, flip the coin and study the steps on Monticello. Are they fully formed and uninterrupted? Is the coin shiny and free from heavy wear? Does it have any visible errors or strange features? If the answer is yes to any of these, you may be holding a rare piece that needs to be graded professionally. Coins that are authenticated and graded by top services like NGC or PCGS can command significantly higher prices in the marketplace. Collectors are increasingly turning their attention to Jefferson nickels from the 70s, recognizing their historical significance and the fact that high-quality examples are becoming more and more scarce. The coin market has seen some of these coins reach auction with huge demand, especially those with full steps, double dies, or rare planchet errors. Auction houses have reported strong interest from collectors worldwide, with bidding wars driving prices into the tens of thousands. This proves one thing: there is real money in these so-called ordinary coins when they carry unique characteristics. Even more exciting is the fact that many of these valuable nickels are still hiding in old coin jars, rolls, and change drawers. Because the 1973 Jefferson Nickel is still relatively modern, there's a good chance it could still be floating around out there, waiting to be discovered. That's why coin hunting is so exciting, because you never know when a small find could lead to a big payday. So whether you're a longtime collector or just someone curious about the value of the coins in your pocket, this is one coin you definitely want to keep an eye out for. Now for the part you've been waiting for: the true market potential. In one recent case, a pristine, mint state 1973 Jefferson Nickel with full steps and a rare obverse doubling was sold at a prestigious auction for a jaw-dropping $99,000. That's right, $99,000 for a 5-cent coin that most people overlook every single day. So if you're sitting on a collection of nickels or even just a handful of old coins, take the time to look closely. You might be holding something incredibly valuable without even knowing it. And if you found a 1973 nickel that looks unusual, or you think might carry one of the errors we've discussed today, let us know in the comments. Share your photos, your questions, and your coin hunting stories. We love hearing from collectors like you. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and tap the bell so you never miss out on new videos about rare and valuable coins. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy hunting, and may your next coin be a priceless discovery.